Hi viewers, welcome back to today's episode. This is English Hangouts. Today, I want us to look at some parameters that can be put in place to identify word class. How can you identify a noun in a sentence? How can you identify a particular word if it is a verb, if it is an adverb or an adjective? This is our objective for today. There are three parameters or three criteria that can be used to identify word class in English. The first is the meaning. The second one is the form or the shape. The third one is contexts. These are the three parameters that can be used to identify word class. How can we use meaning to identify word class? The meaning that a particular word convey in an expression, in a sentence, will determine if that particular item, if that particular lexical item is a noun or is a verb or is an adjective. If you have the words like Lagos, if you have words like Tinubu, if you have words like Abidjan, if you have words like Abuja, if you have words like cat, if you have words like dog, all of the items highlighted on this whiteboard are automatically noun because they are either the name of a place, the name of a person, the name of an animal. They are automatically naming words. As a result, the meaning that each of these words convey can be used to identify whether it is a noun or a verb. Tinubu is a man. Tinubu here becomes the noun and also the subject of that sentence. For example, we can also have walks. Let me rub this off. That is noun. For verbs, we can have dance, we can have goes, we can have run. All of these lexical items indicates actions, right? If you have a sentence of this form, I cook I cook rice every Sunday. The cook is here. The cook here serves as the subject of that sentence. And here it is functioning as a verb, an action. The cook here is a noun. A noun, right? And also the subject of that sentence. Here we have cook as a verb. Here we have this cook here as a noun. The meaning that each of these lexical items conveys determine whether it is a noun or it is a verb. This is the first parameters that can be used to identify word class. The meaning that that particular lexical item conveys will be the first parameters. And in doing this, you can easily substitute that particular word. For example, if you have he cooks rice every day, right? You can substitute cooks with prepare, right? So if you can easily substitute and the meaning will still remain intact, this becomes a parameter. But this parameter, which is meaning, is wholly inadequate. It is what? Wholly inadequate when it comes to we substituting it. So it is inappropriate because if you have an expression like I want to be happy, the verb be here, what action does it performs? No. We know verbs generally are referred to as the action words. What is the verb be here? What is the action the verb be here is performing? So as such, meaning cannot be the most appropriate parameter to identify word class, but to some extent it is still valid. That is that on meaning. Number 2, which is shape. Many nouns end with ion. Many nouns end with what? Ion. So if you come across a word with ion, you can easily detect that, okay, this is a noun. We have words like information, creation, information, creation, preparation, among other examples. So if you come across a word with ion, many nouns ends with what? Ion. That is on the part of noun. We have able, we have ible. Many adjective also ends with able, ible. We have respectable, we have credible. All of these are the form that this word class adjective can take. As a noun, we have ion. As a verb, we can have walk, we can have walk, walks, we can have walked. This is also a shape that this can take the present and the past. Walks, walked. This is another form or another shape that a verb could take. As such, you can easily use this to identify, oh, this is a verb. This verb is used in the present tense. This verb is used in the past tense, because verbs also takes inflections. The same way nouns also take inflection. We have car. Inflection become cars. Book. The inflection, adding inflection here will make this a plural. Books. The same thing applies to verb. This is another parameter that can be used to identify word class. Are we on the same page? Beautiful. The last parameter, which is context. Context is the most appropriate, the most acceptable parameters to identify word class. A state, the position, the situation, the environment in which a particular word is being used will determine if that particular item is a noun or is a verb, is a preposition. A word can function as a noun. The same word can function as a verb. The same word can function as an adjective. The same word can function as a preposition as well as conjunction. So this is why context is so we've looked at the first one, which is meaning. The second one, which is form or shape. So the third parameter is context. Context has to do with the environment in which such lexical item is being used. The environment where such lexical item is being used will determine if such lexical item is a noun, if it is a verb, if it is a preposition, or any other word class. Therefore, context is the most acceptable, the most recognized criterion for identifying word class. This is what I'm trying to say in essence. If you look at this word like, you can have I like you, I like her, which is A. B, she is my like. The same like here is the same like we have here. The third one, she talks like she knows it all. Here we have like. We have like here also. She talks like she knows it all. The likes in the first sentence, the meaning or the context in which it is being used here differs from here. I like her here is a verb. She is my like here is a noun. She talks like she knows it all here is a preposition, not a conjunction. It is a preposition. It is showing relationship between these two grammatical units. I like her. Like here is a verb. The context in which it is being used here dictates it as a verb. The same thing applies with the like here. The same thing applies in the third example. That is why context is the most acceptable criterion for identifying word class. So that is for like. So let us use another lexical item, which is round. Round as a lexical item can also be used in different contexts, and the meaning that such lexical item will generate will differ from one another. For example, if you have sentence 1, I have a round table. 2, visibility was good all round. Sentence 3. They were sitting round the kitchen. Sentence 4. I round the house every morning. So we have round in 4 expressions. There is a round here, there is another one here, there is another one here, and there is another one here. In all of the rounds on the whiteboard, are you with me? In all of the rounds on the whiteboard, Each of those items has different implication. For example, I have a round house. The round here is functioning as an adjective. It is qualifying this particular noun. It is telling us more about this what? Table. That the table is not what? Robust. The table is not vertical, but what? A round one. This prompts this particular round to be an adjective. Number 2, visibility was good all round. The round here is functioning as an adverb. One beautiful thing about adverb is it is mobile in nature. Adverbs are mobile in nature. But here, we are not here to deal with the characteristic of adverb, but to tell us how words can be different in contexts. The round here is functioning as an adverb. They were sitting round the table. The round here is functioning as a preposition. It is showing the relationship between these grammatical units. And we have I round the house every morning. The round here is performing an action which qualifies this as a verb. So this is the reason why context is the most acceptable criterion for identifying word class. So if you want to be a good communicator, if you want to express yourself flawlessly, if you want to use English language efficiently, you should endeavor to stick with the context criterion. Each of other contexts, each of other parameters, the likes of meaning, the likes of shape or form, they are valid to some extent. Meaning is wholly inadequate when it comes to substituting a lexical item for another lexical item. Form or shape we cannot rely on it as the best parameter. It is also valid. Context as the third parameter for identifying word class is the most credible. It is the most acceptable parameter for identifying word class. So today we've justified the three parameters, the three criteria that can be used to identify word class. If you have any difficulty with any subject, with any topic, with any area of concentration as far as English language is concerned, do not hesitate to comment in the comment section. Do not forget to like, share, as well as send this out to all lovers of knowledge. Thank you and God bless, dear viewers. Do have a lovely day ahead.